But let's get to what everyone's been waiting on. Who are the top coaches?
And just before that, we're going to have
Fine.
a question.
Okay.
That is strongly paraphrased because I cannot remember what exactly it was, but I think this is accurate. Rick Tillman asked a question. If you're here, Rick, and this is wrong, please correct me. What questions should parents ask when looking for a coach or a club?
But the thing is, whatever you ask, because majority of the coaches and clubs out there, there's no different than going to a car dealership. You're going to get sold something. They're just selling you. They got to make money. But if I was going to ask a question, is I would ask this: what players have you developed under your tutelage? How have they gotten better? And I would ask this question: have you ever had a player that you had to cut after 4 years being with you? That's a great question, because there's a coach at CCV, really like, but he posts on Facebook, I had to make a tough decision. I had to get rid of one of these girls on his team after coaching her for 5 years. I had to let her go. It was hard. It's hard to deal with. That's on you. That was your player for 5 years, and you cut her because you suck at teaching technique and development to help them get better. That's on you. Yeah. So it's one thing you're kind of like, they're not committed or whatever, but that's not the way it was painted. You post on Facebook, and I was just like, are you kidding me? That's my podcast. I did a whole podcast about that. That's like episode 79, but it was hilarious. Not that poor girl. She trusted you. She paid so much money to be under you, and what you do to her, cut the living daylights. I was like, you suck. The great thing about soccer is it's a thinking game, and you can actually get better. I mean, athleticism obviously matters, but technique can find a way. And you didn't teach the technique. But I would, going back to Rick's question, I would watch the coach at a game, at a practice, and see what's being said. Are they allowing development to happen? I guess the question would be, how do you correct mistakes during a game? If they say, I make it right, I don't know what they'll say. I mean, they'll probably avoid saying this, but a lot of them should be honest and say this. If they make a mistake, I'm going to lose my mind and scream, what are you doing? With the ball, and remind them of what they did, which you don't want them to do. So I just don't put much faith into asking coaches anything. They are what they are, watch it, see it. I think you should try as many teams as possible. And obviously word of mouth is going to be important, but I'm going to give you 2 coaches I respect. And I'm going to give 1 or 2 every week. So here's the first 2 I'm listing. Not saying, one's better than another, but I don't know enough. But I'll rank them eventually. But I need a pool of coaches. So if I was going to have my son or daughter play for a coach, and it was possible, I would have Rick Tillmans, who's asking a question, who's been on my show several times. Why? Because he has similar thinking patterns as me. He's not rude as me, but he has a similar belief system. So Rick Tillman, a.k.a. Soccer Lawyer. He's been a professional soccer coach since 1997. That's when I got married, which, our anniversary is coming up. It's our 24th.
Oh, man, you're right.
Yeah, it's coming up May 23rd. And Mother's Day next Sunday.
Oh.
And we will have a show. We'll dedicate it to mothers.
I'm not going to be here.
Where are you going?
Work dinner.
Work dinner on Mother's Day? Are you going to...
That's Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Your anniversary is on Mother's Day?
No.
Oh, then we're talking about different things.
May 23rd is our anniversary.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
But back to
I knew that date had something.
Rick Tillmans. He's currently coaching at FC Batavia. He's also owner of Dutch Soccer Institute, director of coaching for obviously FC Batavia. He gets it. I mean, a long time ago when I was coaching 96 Hammers, I would loan out players to him anytime, just because I knew they weren't going to get worse. They were actually going to be developed, and that matters. He's going to let them play. He's going to allow them to experience the game the way it needs to be experienced. No, stay put. Almost done. Yeah, he, the Dutch is a great. Would you stop it? They're all about development. Development matters, and you can go back to our past podcast with Rick Tillmans and talk about that. But there's another coach at RSL who I really like. His name is Diego Walsh. Diego Walsh. Now, I know he looks scary, but sometimes you want someone this scary looking, because what parent is going to mess with this guy? No parent. Because this guy will mess you up. But you want that kind of, he'll protect the kids. He'll do what he wants, because he'll just stare at you with that scary mug of his and get you. But he's not scary. Show the good picture of him. So Diego, he's Brazilian, which is always a plus. He played professional all over the place, played Division I soccer. He's actually really good coach. I've seen him coach. I haven't seen much training, but typically Brazilians, they want it a certain way. They want to play the beautiful game. They want the kids to think. They want that to happen, and development's going to happen. Now, he's also played in Europe. I don't know, in the English Premier League, I believe. And he's played a high level. He's been all over the MLS. Who's drafted in the 2003 MLS draft. But that doesn't even matter, because there's a lot of coaches out there that played professional English Premier League, MLS, and all that. That suck. They do. Sorry, I should do you suck list too. But first, we'll start with the ones who I think you should entrust having your son or daughter, if there's room or they're available. There are coaches like that. So, anyways, this podcast is kind of goofy, Ryan, and El Rojo still won't come in, mainly because his 2006 Tuzos choke.